An engagement ring was stolen from a woman who hadn't been wearing it all that long by her own fiancé.
That's shady.
Let that sink in for a minute. Okay, were you sorry you proposed?
Yeah, what's going on there?
He stole the engagement ring from his fiancé so he could propose to another woman.
Oh my gosh.
And guess where it happened?
Florida.
Ding, ding.
Why is it always Florida?
course.
Why is it always Florida?
But the guy originally bought the engagement ring for his other girl, so technically, is it still his?
Well, no, because he gave it as a gift, right?
You
already
can't
gave
steal
it.
your own gift back? That's illegal?
I don't know. I don't know how that
This
works.
isn't Dirty Santa.
Good point, Matt. Yeah, I guess especially they're dating, they're not married. I mean, they're engaged. So if I gave, let's say I was dating before I got married to Kelly, my wife. If I gave her a car, I can't just go take it back and then give it to someone else.
No, but let's say, Jared,
It's in her name.
I
Yeah.
gave you I don't know, some drone thing. I don't know why I would give him that.
Wow.
You could have picked any object.
I have been
But I gave you
jonesing
a
for
drone,
yeah.
and you started playing with the drone, and then I went to your house and saw it in your driveway, and I took my drone back that I gave you.
That wouldn't be giving. That would be borrowing. Right?
Right,
I mean,
so-
it would be. It would be
But if
borrowing.
you say here,
But is it technically, can you be like, call the police on me because I took my own thing that I got you back, just like this guy did with the wedding ring?
hold on to that. Hold on to that thought because
Think it.
we're going to try to get Lisa Lanier, our official attorney, on here in a minute.
Oh, okay.
And add that to the thing.
Well, and so here is the rest of the story. It was a guy who stole an engagement ring from his fiancée so he could propose to another woman. And of course, it happens in Florida. It's a 48-year-old guy named Joseph Davis, if you need it. He met two women 6 years ago through OkCupid. So he was doing the online dating thing. And one lived in Orlando, and then the other one lived in Orange City, Florida. I don't know how far apart that is, but they were in two separate locations.
Okay.
So he's been in a serious relationship with both of these women. He even gave them fake names, or he gave them fake names for him. So he never revealed his real true identity. One woman knew him as Joe Brown, and the other one knew him as Marcus Brown.
He's very creative with his name.
Joseph proposed to the Orlando girlfriend, but he recently decided, I want to propose to the Orange City one. So he stole the engagement ring he had given to his fiancée to give it to the other girlfriend. The Orlando woman figured something was going on, and when she started searching on Facebook, she spotted the Orange City girlfriend wearing her ring.
Oh my gosh.
The women got in touch with each other and the police. There was a warrant out for his arrest.
But he owned the ring and gave it to them. I guess you can't give somebody something and take it back.
Yeah, I mean, if you say, here, I bought this for you, and then 3 months later, you're like, I really want that drone back, like you said, that'd be stealing. You come to my house and take it?
Isn't
But
there?
I bought it originally.
Well, he did, but there's a certain rule, or so I thought, about the actual engagement ring. It's like it's a different rule because it's a ring.
And the date you give it is...
I think.
Isn't there a certain date?
I thought for a long time, if you gave somebody an engagement ring on a holiday, that it is a gift, and if something happened, it was theirs to keep. And then I thought if you gave it on not a holiday, it was a promise that you had to marry, or you could get the ring back. But then I think Lisa Lanier said, no, that's not true. Anytime you give the ring is technically a gift or something.
And it's like because it comes with an intention. I feel like I remember that.
I don't know. We got to get her on because we got to clear this up.
Because I wouldn't just be you, Jared. We're friends and coworkers. You wouldn't just give me a diamond ring. Do you know what I mean?
No.
But when you give someone a diamond ring with the intention to marry, I think she said something about how that then becomes a gift.
Well, like if I gave you an Instapot, something that you would like.
Yes.
Another one.
Yes.
And then a couple months later, I go into your house and take it.
Well, going into her house is the breaking and entering part, but let's say she left it in the office.
Yeah, let's say. And then you just took it back.
I think that's stealing.
Yeah.
Well, what if you said, I don't want to give you this gift anymore? I forget this. This is not your gift.
Then you're like the worst friend ever.
I know.
Well, depends on your attitude.
Well, then you're giving it on terms. It's like, well, based on the way you're acting, you might be able to keep this.
Right. But if Jared's being like rude, as he can be a lot of the time, and I'm like, you know what? This, like, for instance, a table set that I gave you.
Right.
If I'm upset because I gave you a table set and I see you haven't taken it yet, or the blender. Remember the blender I gave you? Which is not a good blender. You still have the blender?
No, we don't.
Anyways, if I give you the blender and then you left it on your desk here and then you were being rude to me, and then a few days later I said, you know what? I'm taking the blender back. Is that stealing, or
I
is
don't
it still
know.
money?
Well, I don't think it's stealing, but it's not really giving
So it's not
either
stealing?
because it's not really giving.
Well, originally I gave it to him.
Yeah, but with conditions. It basically was like you didn't like the way he was acting, so you just take it back. That's not really giving somebody
but
something.
You could claim that I stole his blender because I said it's yours now, basically.
You're saying I never took it home? I just kept it here?
Well, you put it, I don't know, you left the blender in your office to blend things.
I think people would be less upset about that than if they took it home and they're enjoying it and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to...
I don't
it's
like
out,
your
it's out on their
attitude.
deck. I'm just going to go take it.
Yeah.
I think that's stealing. Oh, we do have our official attorney,
Oh, good.
Lisa Lanier, on the phone. Good morning, Lisa.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, so we, Lisa, just to get you up to date, I mean, we call you with the most ridiculous stories, but a guy gave an engagement ring to this woman with the intention of marrying her and then stole the engagement ring back and proposed to another woman. And we want to know, is that considered stealing?
Well, it's interesting with engagement rings because they are considered conditional gifts. And so if the marriage is never happens or it's broken off, then you can require in most jurisdictions that the ring be returned. But some jurisdictions will require that it be, her that breaks it off in order to have to return the ring. So it varies from state to state. But for the most part, that is considered a conditional gift. And like the examples you guys were talking about with the blender or whatever, typically when you give someone a gift other than an engagement situation, there are no overt conditions expressed. These conditions have to be expressed at the time of the gift. So, you have to, if you're giving a blender with conditions, you have to say that. You have to do certain things. And if those things are not done, then you can ask for the item back. But typically that does not happen outside of an engagement.
But what happens
And like here in North Carolina, you can get the ring back. If the engagement is broken off, here in North Carolina, you get the ring back.
What happens if I give Jared a blender and I didn't say, if you're rude to me, I'm going to take it back or ask for it back? I just give him the blender. He's rude to me for a couple of days, and I go in his office and I take the blender back. Is that stealing on me, or because I gave him an original?
It is, yeah. It's actually, it's stealing on you because you gave him the gift outright with no overt conditions attached to it.
Well, from now
So
on,
you've
I'm going to
now
give
stolen.
him conditions on anything that I give him.
I'll say no thanks.
And one of them's going to be rude. Now, let's say the conditions,
Like,
like
no
you were
thanks.
saying before, if I said, Jared, if you're rude to me, I'm going to get this blender back. Do I still have to wait for him to give it to me, or I can just go and take it?
You should go through proper channels rather than going and taking it. Like, I mean, normally the condition has to be something that can actually be performed too, not just sort of a generalized characteristic of like not being rude. It usually has to be some other follow through that you can actually do, like a thing, an event, like a marriage. So it's typically you wouldn't see that kind of a condition, like be nice to me. But I mean, I suppose theoretically you could. But then,
I just thought of a Jason Goodman type question. Let's say somebody's getting married, and then you buy them like a engagement gift, and then they break up. Can you go get your blender back then?
Oh.
Because that was conditional.
Yeah.
You got it for their house and them being married.
There's not any law on that. I don't think there's any actual rule of law that says you have to give the wedding gifts back, but some people do when they break off an engagement. Others choose to keep them. It really just depends, but there's not a requirement like there is with the ring where the person who proposed can get his ring back.
One more question about the ring thing, because Katie was mentioning it earlier. So you're saying it's a condition, so you can get the ring back, basically take it back if they don't go through with the marriage. What happens? Is there any rule if you get the ring on a holiday? Is that change it to be a gift that's not conditional, or is it still conditional on a holiday? I always heard if you got a ring for Christmas, now it's considered a Christmas gift, not necessarily a conditional ring.
It can definitely muddy the water about that because then you've complicated it by perhaps it being that holiday gift, that Christmas gift or whatever. So you have to be really clear that it was conditioned on the follow-through of the marriage. It still technically is a conditional gift, but it does muddy the water from an evidentiary standpoint that then the bride can say, well, actually, that was just a Christmas gift.
So what you're saying is to avoid proposing on all holidays.
Yeah.
It's probably a good idea, yeah.
Or you can be very romantic and get down on one knee. It's like, I'm presenting you a conditional ring based on a marriage. If not, I will take the ring back.
Not a Christmas
Well, if you
gift.
think about it, how many people, an extraordinary amount of people get engaged on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
in this
oh, yeah.
country. It's like millions, like a million or something crazy. So I was thinking to myself, all those people, if all of a sudden they didn't like their significant other anymore, might have to leave the ring with her.
Yeah.
Technically, they're still proposing, and it is still a conditional gift. So for the most part, I think they're going to be able to show that. But it does muddy the water a tiny bit.
And I'd be curious, maybe we could do this another day. I would like to know people who've been engaged, broken off the engagement, then asked for the ring back, and then what do they do with the ring? Do they use it again?
Probably
and
sell
how would
it,
you
right?
like to find out if then the value's not quite
Well,
there? I don't know.
there is a website you can go to that buys.
Oh, really?
If a failed engagement rings, I'm sure you get way less for it because the markup is so huge at the stores, so you're going to get way less.
You could go to the pawn, right?
Then
Take
you're
it
going to
the
get way
pawn.
less.
Well, I mean,
way.
You're not going to get your value out of
they
it.
would say, though, some people might, I know you want to get the value back, but some people would also say, I don't want this because it's cursed and you don't want to give it to somebody else because it's like bad juju.
I would have no problem.
We know, because we know.
We know.
Yeah.
If I,
We know.
We know.
if I
Jason.
got a nice
We know.
engagement ring,
Yeah.
We know.
This
We
is
know.
not breaking news.
We all know. Squid even knows. We
If
don't know anything.
You don't have to say your position.
But if I
We
pay
know.
$10,000 for this, I don't want to go back and get only $5,000 to pay another $10,000 for the next girl.
We know.
The next girl can get that ring.
Yeah.
And, well, Katie, for example,
Yeah.
let's say Ben proposed to you.
Yes. And
And
he
then-
did on Christmas Eve. I'll have
I
you know.
know.
So gift, engagement ring. Don't know.
Who knows?
Don't know.
It's worked out though. Let's
Yeah.
just say he broke it off, and then he didn't ask for the ring back. Would you keep the ring? Would you ever wear it? Would you sell it?
No. I
you
would
wouldn't.
sell it.
Okay.
I would have to.
Would you?
Yes,
Would you
because
offer it back to say here, or you'd be like, screw you, you dumped me, I'm keeping the ring.
I wouldn't know.
You'd make him ask
I would
for
want to
it.
keep. Yes.
If you asked for it, would you give it
listen?
back?
Now here is where it would. This is where I would say I would give it back if it were a family heirloom. If it were,
Right.
that's just the type of person I am. I would feel too guilty. You know, I just would.
Right.
But with the ring that he picked out for me,
Like the ring you have now.
yes, I would want to keep it.
And like
and
block
sell
him on
it.
Facebook and Instagram.
And some people take the ring.
Yeah.
You know, you can take the ring to a jeweler and have it kind of redone to a different look, so that it looks like a different kind of ring or something. You can do that too.
and then wear
But
it.
Stacy's memory will always be on.
Right. And you wear it on your
Yeah.
middle finger. Yeah, it's perfect.
Or you could maybe have it. I know some people who have had their ring like the melted down or whatever and turned into different jewelry. So I don't know if we have kids, maybe I would have them made into some earrings to maybe give to my daughter. I don't know, but
Okay.
it's if it were family heirloom, I'd definitely give it back.
Yeah, but it's still Brad's memory on those ears.
That's right. And if I was a dude, I'm like, get Brad's earrings out of your ears.
It's kind of like the mattress thing. If you you know how like couples, if somebody cheated on the mattress in the house,
Yeah.
and then you get back together, a lot of times the wife doesn't want the same mattress. And
Oh
they
my
want you
gosh!
to throw it.
Yes, in
Yeah.
the same house.
It
Right.
doesn't bother me. I say keep the same mattress. It's why are you wasting? What's the difference?
I don't know. It depends.
Yeah, I don't-
Especially if it's like really worn out in one section. And you're like,
You just
what
gotta
were y'all doing?
Start fresh.
Yeah, the headboard's broken a little bit. All right. Lisa, sorry you had to hear that. Official attorney of Jared and Katie in the morning. She's great.
Is she surprised anymore? I don't think
she's
so.
awesome. If you're ever injured on the job, contact her right away at hireaheavyweight.com. Plus, they do a lot of other stuff too, not just that, but they do all sorts of awesome things. All right. We need one man, one woman, 800-682-1075. We're going to see who's smarter, the men or the women. Jared and Katie's Battle of the Sexes coming up next.